What's up, guys? Well, today we have found ourselves Lucas County Sheriff's Office, and Deputy, he's actually a sergeant. He is a sergeant, and his name is Kristen Matuszewski. Now, Kristen, at first I thought it was a female, so I had to go to the article. It is not. He has been having some issues drinking and driving, and we'll see where that one goes. Also, in this same video, there was some disciplinary issues within the sheriff's office, and Lieutenant Gary Condon was disciplined in July after a confrontation outside of the jail. We'll see a snippet of that. I couldn't find any video any longer than what we're going to see. There's an article that goes with this. The news does a pretty good job of following the article. There's a couple of things they won't tell you about that article that I will. At the end of this, I'll pop that article up. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to scroll, and if you want to stop and read it, you can. But that's where we're at right now. We're in Toledo, Ohio, with Sergeant Kristen Matuszewski and Lieutenant Gary Condon. So let's see what's up with the sergeant.
At 11 Investigates has learned a deputy has resigned following.
Also, I'd like to note 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Here we go.
Following a string of alcohol-related incidents, including drinking on duty, a hit-and-run crash, and multiple DUI arrests across Ohio and Michigan.
And tonight, Melissa Andrews takes us through the body cam video of these arrests.
Kristen Matuszewski was off the clock when he got those DUIs, but in a separate incident, he drank vodka in the sheriff's office parking lot while he was working. This bottle of vodka kicked off a series of events which led Sergeant Kristen Matuszewski to resign from the Lucas County Sheriff's Office on August 1st.
Resign. There's where the unions step in. Nope, they're not going to take that certification. They're not going to. After all this, they just let him resign. So he'll just go somewhere else and be somebody else's problem. Next time you hear from him, like I keep saying, he will have likely killed someone.
An internal affairs document dated January 29th, 2024 states Matuszewski bought the bottle from the liquor store when he should have been working and drank it in his truck. He then admitted to drinking a couple of times while on duty at the juvenile and common pleas courts.
Got the juvenile and common, of course, and common pleas courts. There's no telling. By the time somebody gets stopped for DUI, I keep saying this, statistics show they have drove drunk at least 10 times before they've ever been caught.
Documents show he was placed on paid leave that day. He was demoted, assigned to the records
paid leave
division, and given 15 days suspension in late February. But by early March, Matuszewski was back in internal affairs. This time, he admitted to getting into a crash in Sylvania and leaving. Here are photos of his damaged truck. 11 Investigates pulled the police report in which the victim stated he was very adamant that he did not want me to call the cops.
Just talking to you here, I can tell you're under the influence.
It was 2 weeks later, on March 22nd, 2020.
2 weeks later.
That Matuszewski couldn't avoid the cops. He was pulled over in a rental car when a woman reported reckless driving near Highland Meadows Golf Course.
Also, I would wonder, when was that car rented? And was he drunk when he rented it? I think they need to go to the rental company and pull that video.
The officer states he can smell alcohol, and Matuszewski's speech is slurred and difficult to follow.
Okay, turn around, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. OVI, Chris. No, we're not. Chris, doing a good job listening now, don't stop.
On the way to the station, Matuszewski emphasizes he's law enforcement and begs not to be booked in jail.
You still work for the sheriff's office or not?
Yes.
Currently?
Seriously. I know. I did. I was drinking. I'm not going to put you in a bad situation, but
And yes, that's the donkey over there in that pasture that you hear.
I would not like it.
Matuszewski's family is allowed to pick him up, but the sheriff's office still finds out about the DUI.
His family is allowed to pick him up. They run him through no SFST, standard field sobriety test, no PBT, portable breath test, no, the family picked him up.
He signs a last chance agreement with the union and sheriff in May.
There you go. Last chance agreement with the union and the sheriff in May. So they just, well, we'll see where it goes next.
He's demoted to a corrections officer, suspended for 28 days, must submit to breath and urine testing, and go to AA once a week for 2 years.
Now, what they're not telling you is all that was held in abeyance. The article that I'm going to put up here, and you can read it if you want to, will tell you it was held in abeyance. Most people just read that and are like, held in abeyance, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, they put the hammer down. They did not. Because most people aren't going to take the time to figure out what abeyance is. Abeyance is just a temporary suspension while they're waiting the completion of other conditions like AA. So although he got all that, it's held in abeyance until he completes AA. Once he completes AA, that will likely go away.
Hey, what's going on? What's up? Hey, I'm Deputy Crane Sheriff's Office.
Trouble comes again on July 18th,
Who is surprised about this? My guess would be nobody.
2025. It's 8:30 a.m.
8:30 in the morning, and he is drunk.
So I go to bed.
You just want to go to bed? Okay.
A driver spots Matuszewski stopped in the road at Yankee and Clark in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. That driver calls 911, saying he's slumped over and slurring, reeking of alcohol. Matuszewski refuses sobriety tests and is arrested by a Monroe County deputy.
I'll put your hands behind your back.
Don't do that. Don't take me to county.
Okay.
Don't take me to county.
Do you know where you're at right now?
No.
You're in Michigan.
So, because and he's not even in Ohio, he's in Michigan. And so because he's declined the standard field sobriety test, the portable breath test, I'm guessing he's just said, I'm not doing none of it. See, here's the deal with that. You can refuse it all you want, and then they'll turn around, they'll drop a search warrant, and they will take you to the hospital, and they will draw your blood. See, people don't read all the paperwork that comes with their driver's license, or they'd know this is the way it plays out.
I have no idea.
The two get in the cruiser, and Matuszewski repeatedly asks to be taken home, not to jail, that he'll lose his job.
I understand
He wasn't worried about any of that when he was drinking and driving, was he?
that.
Really gonna put me in there.
In the 2.5 hours they were together, Matuszewski gets belligerent, calling the deputy names when they go to the hospital for a blood test.
No.
Yeah, you guys are dicks. My guys would have just called the family and they'd have picked me up.
I just don't. I don't appreciate you refusing and then consenting and then refusing again. So you put me in a very awkward position. So now, yeah, I have to go get a search warrant.
They arrive at the hospital, and Matuszewski tries to talk, deputy to deputy.
No, but it was like that.
Blue Line gang member to Blue Line gang member.
No, it was
At least this deputy did the right thing. Not the drunk one, the one that went through with everything that you would have went through.
I don't know how your department works.
so I'm losing my job. But thanks.
Over the next hour, he complains about being cuffed. He wants to go to sleep.
I'm an officer and you don't.
I get it, but I don't know you. So
You don't know me.
you're gonna stay in handcuffs until the blood draw, okay?
Yes, that's how everybody else would be treated. Also, they'll tell you they're not made for comfort. Hadn't heard him say that though.
He then falls on the floor.
And I'm thinking he did that, thinking if he threw himself to the floor, they'd be more worried about him being injured than the blood draw. It would take the totality of the circumstances from the blood draw to his injuries. They'd be treating that for fucking hours, and then the blood draw would come later. That's not what happens.
Thanks.
Matuszewski's blood tested more than 4 times the legal limit for alcohol. The Lucas County Sheriff's Office found out about the arrest and
It was .356 to be exact.
immediately put him on leave the same day.
Paid leave.
He resigned less than 2 weeks later on August 1st. His case in Monroe County is still in process. I tried to reach him and couldn't make contact. The sheriff didn't comment.
Of course, the sheriff's not going to comment. The union's not going to comment. The union's job is to keep uniforms filled and revenue coming in. Just let him resign. Like I said, the next time you hear anything from him, he will have likely killed someone. He'll just go to another department.
And Mel, you also found another deputy who was disciplined last month.
Okay, so this is going to be Lieutenant Gary Condon, who was with the same sheriff's office, and he was disciplined in July after a confrontation outside of the jail. I couldn't find this footage.
Yeah, that's right. Take a look at this video. It's hard to make out, but a woman got into a confrontation with Lieutenant Gary Condon outside the jail in early July. According to the internal affairs reports, she was cussing and yelling. She told Condon he was nothing without his gun and badge, so he took them off and put them on the ground.
He took his gun off and put it on the ground. How stupid do you have to be? A, that's conduct unbecoming. Not that that really means anything, but you never take your firearm off and put it on the ground.
Condon was suspended for 15 days, has to go to anger management, and was demoted for 2 years. For 11 Invest.
Also, I would like to note, they're not going to tell you, but I'll tell you, that was also held in abeyance. What is abeyance? Again, it's just a temporary suspension while they're waiting for the completion of other conditions like AA for the sergeant and anger management for the lieutenant. And then it'll all go away.
Investigates. I'm Melissa Andrews.
Thank you, Melissa. So let's go see what the comments say. That's always a good time. Yes, I don't have this at full screen, so the comments are at the bottom. My job requires me to drive, and if I was arrested for a DUI, I would immediately be fired. I guess the pizza delivery drivers are held to higher standards than cops. Yes. Let's see. This takes forever to move along. You have no license to kill, so what's the complaint? That is correct. You also have a higher rate of getting the address correct. They'll hire anyone to be a police officer. Pizza delivery has to maintain customer service and be profitable for the company. It requires some skill. Everyone is held to higher standards than cops. So, they literally won't fire a deputy for any reason. No. What can cops do to actually get fired? 2 DUIs, a hit and run, and they still want to give this loser a check. Yes, taxpayer money. And both times he was stopped, he didn't have a firearm in his possession. I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that either, and I was quite surprised that they didn't search. After all that, he was still able to resign. Law enforcement is a joke in this country. Total waste of taxpayer money. Rules for thee, but not for me. Absolutely. This is scary, dangerous. I wonder if people who were ever arrested by this deputy could fight their cases and get appeals in court by bringing in the deputy's integrity into question. They could, but probably wouldn't matter. 2 DUIs while on duty drinking, and you get a vacation, paid vacation, and get to come back to work to enforce the laws that you so willfully broke yourself. This country is effed, yes. He'll just get another job with another department within the state. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Every DUI from Lucas County needs to have this available when they go to court. Allowed to resign. How many victims has this harmed? And resigns. What leadership? Condoning this behavior for years instead of firing him and putting him in jail. Resigned, not fired. That says all you need to know. Yep. It should be a crime to pay police with taxpayer money after they've been arrested for breaking the law. Paid leave, yes. That's BS. That his family was allowed to pick him up, yes. This is policing at its finest in this effed up country. Yep. Anyone else getting arrested for DUI, these cops would have bundled him up, banged his head on the door frame before shoving him in the back of the cruiser. Hated seeing them handle him like an elderly citizen when even elderly citizens in the same situation wouldn't get the same treatment. Absolutely. Yeah, he's allowed to resign so he can get a job with another law enforcement agency. Great job, Lucas County, yes. Like I always say, blue jobs matter, blue egos matter even more. Yes. Anyway, let's go to the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll scroll, and if you want to stop and read it, you can stop and read it. Lucas County Sheriff's deputy resigns after multiple DUI arrests, drinking on the job. Lucas County deputy resigns after multiple drinking on. Body cam shows disturbing arrest. Also, and another deputy was disciplined. So like I said, I'm just going to scroll through it. If you want to stop and read it, you can stop and read it. Otherwise, that's always going to pop up. You can stop and read it, and we'll scroll, and we'll be done with this here in a minute. But yes, unions are not there to protect anybody but the thin blue line. And if people haven't figured that out by now, they really need to wake up. And the Lieutenant Internal Affairs ruled he violated the department's firearms policy and engaged in conduct unbecoming an officer. He was demoted to sergeant. Abeyance. There's that abeyance word. People aren't going to look that up. Lucas County Sheriff's Office has not commented on either of these cases beyond confirming the disciplinary actions. Yes, that's all. They have confirmed. But yeah. It's ridiculous. There's abeyance for the sergeant. Abeyance, yes. Because they know. The next big thing will happen. This will drop from the headlines. Nobody will be any of the wiser, and they'll just move along. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button, and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.